Question 3. What have you learned from your audience feedback? I conducted a focus group where I asked certain individuals within my target audience and asked them questions about my trailer. The first question I asked them was, what did you think was good about the trailer? Some of the responses I got from this question were that the editing and cuts were really good, especially at the end when it all sped up and it used a wide range of shots. I also got that the sound effects were really effective, and someone liked the fast-paced montage at the end and also liked the sound effects. This shows that the use of cinematography and editing was important to create the fast-paced montage at the end of my trailer and build up tension. Also shows that using a wide range of different shots and different sound effects was also effective within my trailer. I then asked my audience, was the genre clear and how could you tell this? All my audience could easily identify the genre of my trailer and said yes, it is a slasher film. They also said they could tell this by the use of props such as a knife and mask, which are conventional in slasher films. This shows iconography I used, such as the knife and mask in my trailer, were also important to reflect my chosen genre and made it easily identifiable for my audience. Next, I asked, was the narrative clear? My audience said yes, it was clear and it was good to have the captions there to help. Members of my audience then could easily describe the actual narrative and said that someone has escaped from a mental institute and a group of friends go down to a forest and invade someone's territory, so the killer is there and kills them. As someone could easily describe the narrative, it shows my captions and the use of voiceovers were good at describing the storyline. It also highlights that my audience could easily identify the location of the film and who the antagonists were. However, when my audience described the narrative, they didn't make the link between the escapee and the antagonist, so this shows me maybe I should have made it a bit clearer so they could understand that link. I then wanted to find out which shots my audience liked the most. One member of my audience said that they liked the bit where it goes all staticky and flashes up with the antagonist where it shows the mask, and another person said that they liked the bit where it films her talking to her face with a phone and then switches to seeing her on her own phone. And finally, another member said that they liked the bit with the tent and the knife. This therefore shows me that I used a wide variety of good shots that appeal to different members of my audience, and they especially liked the first scare, which used a close-up shot to show the tent and the knife, which shows that actually my first scare was effective. After this, I asked, was it clear who the antagonist and protagonist were? My audience says that yes, the antagonist was clear, and this was highlighted by the close-up which shows the antagonist's face recording with the mask. They also agree that the protagonists were also clear, as they were made to look lost and looking for help, so they made look more vulnerable. This shows that I made a clear binary opposition between the protagonist and antagonist and made a clear representation of voyeurism. Lastly, I asked my audience what could be improved about my trailer. Some of the constructive criticism I got from my audience were that the captions and the way they were designed were less scary and that my actual trailer needed to be a bit longer. However, this can be seen as a good thing, as it shows that my audience actually enjoyed my trailer, therefore wanted it longer as they actually wanted to see more of it. It could also show me that next time I needed to look at improving the actual captions and making them look more scary to actually reflect the horror genre more and appeal to my audience, which I could do this by changing the actual background to a plain black background to reflect the genre by connoting death, and I can also change the actual font to make that look more scary, like the one used in my actual title of the film, which reflects the genre more.
Created using Powtoon.